And that was swiftly won by KraV. And now we're going to see him again in Undead Mirror, match he seems to be familiar with, comfortable with, but he's going up against another Canadian Undead. It's Insuperable against KraV. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? What do you thought, Rick?
Deuce and Insup have had very swing undead mirrors. You could say even. I think even Insup has said that Deuce has a very good undead mirror. The games with KraV were pretty close, but Deuce kind of, played a strategy that kind of played into KraV's hand. What is Insup going to do? Does Insup play Criplord? I know he has before. Who is Celebridad in the game name? Why does he have 10,000 ping? But anyway, does Insup Criplord? Or does he DK? KraV looks good against DK. If you're Insup, you were obviously watching those games. So what do you take from that? How does Insup adjust? A lot of good questions, but man, you don't want KraV winning your cup on week 1, man. Come on, NA. Hold it together.
At least we made it to the grand finals, and at least we made it to both semifinals.
It's our own cup, man.
But, KraV is a pretty good player. Pretty good player.
Yeah, KraV's good.
Only getting better too, this guy. So might be tough, but we'll have to see.
Insup's got to be the gatekeeper tonight, man. He knocked out Sonic. He's got to knock out KraV. I'll tip my hat if he does that. Yeah, if he does that, he literally held the door while Cruncher, Hitman, Arc, and Kiwi did not participate.
Yep.
So I mean, big props to him if he does this.
Yeah. I'm sure he's feeling the same way. I'm sure he definitely is. This guy's got 10,000 ping. All right. Yeah, will be a best of 5 Undead mirror. Will we have a Criplord mirror? Deuce chose to not go DK himself, so will Insup go Criplord himself? Does he want to get into those sort of games? They can get very wacky. When you get to a Criplord mirror, when you're both harassing each other, multitasking all over the place, it can get very difficult. So let's see. That guy just
tweeting already, dude. This guy's got tweets already pre-made.
KraV tweeted already.
I linked it, bro. He's got tweets pre-made, bro. He knew he was gonna be in the finals.
Oh yeah, let's check it out.
Pull that up. I mean, this is just absolute. Come on, guys. You can't take this level of disrespect. Come on, boys.
All right, America. I'm in final versus OCG in Super Bowl. Concrete jungle where dreams are made. There's nothing you can do. Now you're in New York.
Good song lyric, but I mean, come on, he's wearing the crown next to the Statue of Liberty. Come on, you can't let this man let this man step on you like that. Come on, dude. Somebody tell Insup in his chat about this tweet, because you got to get this guy fired up. There's no way you let KraV step on you like this. He's gonna take $100 and your EPT points. What's next? He takes your girl. You can't have this, bro. You got to take him out quick 3-0 at this point.
Worth noting, for North American players, is it all 0 now? All the EPT points are set to 0.
Yes. Brand new
Insup
season.
will be the leader though in North America. Worth noting, because he is second. He got 5 at least. Maybe he'll get 10. But yeah, the second place gets 5. The first place gets 10 EPT points. So Insup is in the lead now.
Yeah, this is going to be a different race entirely this year, because there's no offline events, no Anaheim that can jump everybody up like 100, 200 points.
Yep.
So this is going to be complete open season. These EPT points are going to count for a lot, man. I think last season, Insup ended up with maybe 300 total points.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we have 52 cups, that's 520 points. That's like a qualifier spot before you even play DreamHacks. You know what I'm saying?
Very big deal. And, even if there isn't an offline tournament, we saw the EPT points pretty much gave Cruncher and Hitman, at least $3,000 respectively. So, and gave one of them $7,000. So, worth grinding the EPT points. Hey, if you win the cup, that's $100 in your pockets. But if you get in the top of the leaderboard for the EPT points, and we do just have that single best of 5 again, it's a big amount of money you're making. And, those who put in the work, those who come top in these tournaments, not even first place, as we saw with Cruncher, only got second throughout all the big DreamHack tournaments. Still was able to get that $7,000 in the end, so it's important.
I think these guys are ready to go. I think I'm ready to go.
Tail of the tape for these two players, which should be working. Boom. Yeah, we even got pictures. 27 against 25. Undead. 59 versus 62%. Versus opponent, they haven't played each other, Ricky. They have not played each other, apparently, in a big tournament, or at least Wikipedia does not say so. But yeah.
Let me see here. Let me look up something for you really quick.
Yeah. KraV, I did not know he was that young. I thought he was a little bit older, but yeah, 27 years young. 8th ranked undead versus 17th in the world. Very, very close matchup. It certainly could be, Ricky.
These guys are 2-2 together this season.
2-2. All right, 2-2.
Does KraV have another account? Is he that Poseidon guy?
Perhaps.
Not too sure. Not sure. But right now on KraV's main, INSUP and him are 2-2 this season. And yeah.
You mean ladder though?
In ladder. Well, I mean, you said they didn't play each other in competition. This is probably the first time, but in ladder, they're 50-50.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a good best of 3. That's the only real stats I can go off. Ladder doesn't matter too much, but that's all I can really say. If it was like 4-0 though, I think it would matter a bit.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think that would be, that would determine a lot for sure. But here we go. And it's not as though these players are not familiar with each other. They certainly are. And in the bottom left, we do have our red undead player. The final European in the tournament, of course, because this is the grand finals. Best of 5, map 1, Northern Isles. This is KraV. In the top right, the last hope for North America, the Canadian undead. It's iNSUPERABLE. Will he hold the door, or will the first America's ESL Cup go to the Frenchman? Or will it go to the French-Canadian, I suppose?
A lot of pressure, and man, INSUP, he's got a lot of pressure to hold this. You don't want KraV after. I mean, KraV has pre-designed tweets, guys, knowing he's going to win. This tells you that. Okay, this tells you that he has one for when he makes the finals.
Yep.
And he's probably got another one when he wins.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That is a level of ego that trumps me, dude. I don't even do that. That is unbelievable.
That's why we all love him, because he's got marketability, Rick. That's why everyone's hyping him up. You know, not only is he a great player, but he's got it going on, man. It's very important. Very important for players. Take notes, players. You gotta be marketable as well.
Yeah, you gotta follow a trend or be the trend. Cryptlord for KraV, nothing exciting there, but a little bit of a switch up here. INSUP going for Lich first, and we've seen this from INSUP many times on the ladder. He goes very aggressive. He goes for Nova surrounds. He just plays super in your face. And honestly, he's done this against Cryptlord. He's done very well against Cryptlord. So we'll see how KraV deals with this. But this is going to be INSUP going on the aggressive cross map. No DK, Lich first.
Yes, interesting. Not something we've seen, and it's nice to see a little bit of a different style as opposed to the other Canadian undead, Bidoux. And maybe KraV warmed up to deal with that DK harass. Will he be warmed up to deal with the Frost Nova? And that's what it seems as though it's going to be. 3 ghouls pulled. The Lich gets rod and goes across the map. KraV is gearing up to go for the Tuskars with a Ted Fiends Cryptlord opener, Ricky. And
okay, we've seen undead players do this. So what happens is normally the undead might creep the green and the Murloc, and KraV's going to steal the orange camp. We have seen undead players do this before. It's kind of unorthodox, but it never gets scouted because there's no way that the undead player can creep all these camps and make it to the expansion in the route on time. KraV's going to do this. He's going to steal this. He's going to get away with this. This is a big steal. It's quick level 2. It's a great item, and INSUP's going to go across the map and find nada. However, KraV's going to be on the wrong side of the map if INSUP does dive in the main base. So there's a catch-22 because they definitely didn't scout the Lich.
Crystal Ball is going to be used, but probably not actually used. It's going to be picked up because it would reveal what the creep camp was. INSUP going to go into the main base. KraV could do the same for INSUP with the level 2 that he's about to get, but I think INSUP is going to be ahead of the curve on that. A second tower is going to be upgraded. No extra acolytes. Nicely blocking with the ghouls is KraV, but he's going to lose one of those for their troubles. Here comes the ghouls from INSUP. A lot of them, in fact. Has he even teched yet? He has. But KraV has started his a little bit later. The second tower is about to be up, the Spirit Tower. Oh, and a lot of ghouls about to fall, actually. KraV not town portaling, perhaps a mistake. He did have one, and now he's going to lose a lot. He's going to pay. INSUP with another great opener against another European.
Yeah, so far so good for INSUP level 2 as well. The Nova comes down on the Acolytes. Actually, KraV's trying to get out of the base, but now that might not be the good option, trying to rally the Acolytes back to the mine, but he's going to lose 1, 2. INSUP getting insane value here. The TP perfectly timed. He might lose a ghoul, but it's to the tower. No experience shared.
Wow.
KraV, you could have that Crystal Ball. I'm taking everything else, bud.
Yeah, and he timed that TP till KraV is at 99 mana, about to have that Impale. Of course, a couple of Bidoux into the main base that we missed. Actually going to kill a couple of Acolytes, and KraV did force the cancel on the tech from INSUP, but KraV actually didn't cancel himself. But he's only got 3 on gold, so maybe INSUP will have the economic edge. KraV definitely going to have the tech edge, though. We'll keep an eye on this gold to see how much he's actually lost by the time he hits tier 2.
Well, it's a big commitment into defense for KraV and not a lot of mining time. So 3 acolytes, but he does have a spirit and a Nerubian, so it puts you in a very awkward position if you want to. You kind of have to keep building ghouls at this point. The fiend transition is going to be very, very late. It's going to be he's going to be very broke for most of the time, and then his tech's going to be weird. So we'll see the effects when he hits tier 2 because everything's just going to be super delayed. And if INSUP goes for another harass, which he very likely might after the shop creep. Yeah, a second wave could be very deadly to KraV's economy.
Yeah, we'll just look at the gold right now. We'll see who's getting ahead. It seems as though INSUP's slightly pulling ahead now, but he is behind in the tech. But yeah, this will continue to grow until that tier 2 is finished for KraV, so keep an eye out on that gold. A very, very big deal, especially with this Lich now level 3. Could buy boots, could buy staff. Maybe can just afford the staff right now, but see what item he also gets. Boots of Health Loss could sell that and get boots and staff INSUP if he wanted to. And here comes KraV with level 3 himself. No Impale, though. And not a lot of Beetles, but they are going towards the main base. Wand of Mana Stealing being used. And a Surround potentially, but staff out. Nicely bought by KraV. INSUP could have stolen that. He could have bought that earlier. He could have had that. He could have forced that Surround and even forced a TP there, maybe.
Tier 2 for KraV, and INSUP, when he canceled that tier 1, he decided to stay on it, Carson, going for that early expansion.
Yep.
And it's going to pay off that the Ziggurat's going to finish, but a little Beetle run by going to get stuffed right away, and this is good for INSUP. I wonder if KraV actually sends one of these Beetles to scout why INSUP's on tier 1. Surely that's the first thing you think of. Yeah. This guy put up an expansion. He's going to find this out right away. He's going to see the timing as well. Nerubian going to be up before KraV can ever come over. And, yeah.
KraV's so
KraV saving that
TP. He's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, and sorry to cut you off there, but using the staff to get out, keeping that TP, he could go across and do damage and TP back
cancel
home.
It. He could potentially go for a cancel. If he ran across a little bit earlier, maybe could have gone for that play.
I agree. DK coming out. INSUP's in a really good position right now. Level 3 Lich. Could go... What's he going to the shop for? Nothing?
Nothing. Maybe he wanted to see if the staff was off cooldown. I'm not too sure. Alright. A couple of acolytes taking a couple of damage, but it seems as though KraV, he's just going to counter-expand KraV, and he definitely has the better hit-and-run potential with these amount of Beetles. He can hit 2 places at once, but the Lich is starting to get very powerful. No tier 2 still, though. This is a huge tech advantage, and it will continue to grow for KraV.
Look at what INSUP has and look what KraV has. KraV is about to commit to an expansion with 1 Fiend, a handful of Beetles, and 2 Heroes. And this is a very good timing. The Haunted Goldmine goes up as INSUP's coming. And INSUP sees everything with the Skelly, so he's going to know the timing. He's going to jump right on this. And I think this is a really unlucky timing for KraV.
Nova's a Beetle just to get him out of his face. Doesn't want to take too much damage on his Lich. Oh, goes for a surround on the Fiend, but I think you could just attack here, INSUP. Yeah, just put some damage on that Fiend. 1 more Nova. There's a coil. There's, of course, a couple more coils as well available. Oh, maybe you could just dive for this gold mine and stuff, but he wants to get this Fiend. He wants to get this kill. There's the second to last coil invested. But I think this Fiend will live for now. There's the Nova. 1 more coil could be used. There's the last one. The expansion's still not fully crept, but the Priest isn't going to be able to do much in the way of damage to KraV. Beetle run by to the expansion now too, or 3 Ghoul run by, in fact. How much is it going to get done? There's 3 Ghouls there for INSUP as well. We'll keep an eye on this Acolyte, but the expansion has been canceled as well.
Yeah, KraV loses that expansion, but Lich doesn't have the staff or a TP, so I think INSUP needs to be careful. You've canceled the gold mine, you've invested, you've wasted a lot of KraV's resources. He's putting down the gold mine again. It's late. You already have yours. You could see the advantage on the field. Be a little bit more careful with your Lich, and he's going to keep this aggression on. But I love the Lich control from INSUP, man. The boots looking really good. Boots of speed on 1 foot and boots of Kel'Thuz's on the other.
Yeah.
Looking like me on a Friday at work with double socks. Like the black with white combination. Hell yeah, rock and roll.
He actually put them at the bottom of the inventory like they are boots. I kind of like that from INSUP. A nice little stylistic choice. Yeah, the expansion advantage, the gold advantage is going to be even greater than it was before. Of course, remember, KraV lost 2 ghouls during the, or 2 acolytes during the tech earlier. Probably 2 ghouls too. 1 fiend potentially going to get surrounded. KraV been very nice with keeping these fiends alive, but he's out of coils now, and there's a lot of units here to land us around. But there's an even nicer impale. This is going to be 2 ghouls, maybe 3, 4 going to fall for INSUP potentially.
KraV hasn't lost any fiends yet, and he's diving for these fiend surrounds instead of just doing damage. And we see iNSUP not winning the trades.
Block.
A lot of ghouls going down. A block on the Lich, but the boot's going to be able to save him. iNSUP's not trading very well, and KraV's coming back into this game. This expansion's almost done. He's got fiends now. iNSUP, if you're going to go heavy on ghouls on double crypt, then you have to make waves, man. You have to do damage here.
Yeah, the tier 2 is finally going to be finished for iNSUP. We'll see what the gold looks like now a little bit later. It's still iNSUP that's quite a bit ahead. The expansion was earlier. He had 5 on gold in the main base for longer, so iNSUP certainly has a big gold advantage this game. The question is, can he capitalize now that the tech is evening up? This is soon to be Lich level 4, but level 4, of course, not the greatest. Get your +4 intels in the chat for the level 4 Lich. Not the greatest level up, but of course with the Dark Ritual level 2, it's not bad in this matchup. KraV, however, is going to get level 4 Crypt Lord, and that, on the other hand, is a very nice level up. Double mana pot on the DK as well. Potential for a mana stone here. Will be plenty of mana on that Crypt Lord. Onk, not too bad either. Ghouls coming in, trying to get some fiends, but there could be some big impales, and there's the first one.
Ooh, and with the double mana pot, I don't know if you want to... Oh, what? Okay, pops a mana pot right away. Just one more. Level 4 Crypt Lord, like you mentioned. There's not enough units here, and he... iNSUP again, just not getting any units that he's diving for and hemorrhaging ghouls. Oh, no, iNSUP gets a fiend surrounded. No coil. That's a dead unit. KraV kind of outshining iNSUP right now. iNSUP diving in for units and not trading well at all. And KraV, with the late expansion, starting to take a supply lead in this game.
Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of, like, just the ghouls, although they can land surrounds, but really iNSUP hasn't been able to surround anything against KraV, and KraV has been the one picking apart these ghouls with the nice impales, and just patient play, not overcommitting has KraV, and it seems as though he's pulling very far ahead thus far. iNSUP's got a Death Knight now to heal up that Lich that's been hurting for a while, and he's going into Gargs. But KraV, he's going into his own tier 3 tech, gonna have plenty of fiends for web. Almost a third, almost a fourth fiend. Would love to see a second crypt even, but of course he doesn't know he's up against Gargs quite yet, as iNSUP is hiding them.
Very interesting decision. KraV sells all his items on his Crypt Lord, picks up Devotion Ore and a replenishment at the marketplace. Sounds expensive, but he wants to keep this pressure on, and Devotion's going to help defend with these units with the armor, and the Crypt Lord's going to find this out. Potion of Greater Mana going for iNSUP, that's a great find, but you don't want to get this DK surrounded. Are you kidding? You don't want to get an Impale surrounded. A block might be on this DK. No way KraV lets this go. That's a bit of a blunder. This DK should not have survived.
One more Impale could mean a couple more ghouls, but iNSUP gets into the safety of his base. There's a nice Impale. A couple of ghouls are going to fall. There's no Nova follow-up for KraV quite yet, but his tier 3's on the way. The Gargs are being shown. There's no web, I imagine. Yes, it is now being upgraded. Will be done in about 5 seconds. It's a really quick upgrade, but the Nova, the first fiend's going to fall. There's only one web available now. A second fiend comes in. Is this the third fiend? No, another statue. The Lich does get surrounded, but is going to be able to fight his way out with a nice Nova. That mana pot was used on something. It was on the side of KraV, using one of those mana pots for more Impales, more coils. Statues coming in, more Gargs, but the Gargs, when they're not a lot of them, there's not a lot of damage with them, and especially with there being no orb yet for iNSUP either.
Yeah, iNSUP able to kill a bunch of these fiends now, and now KraV knows that the transition is, more fiends to counter these Gargs. How heavy is iNSUP going to commit into the Gargs? KraV doesn't really know, but we know that iNSUP is continuing to build them. So right now, I would say that iNSUP definitely has the army advantage, especially if he can make a few more Gargs as well. Level 2 on the DK, that helps. But yeah, KraV needs to respect this guard play for sure.
He's going into Banshees and getting Destroyer form. Not quite what he needs. I would like to see a second crypt. He hasn't built one yet, but the fiends are getting picked apart, and the Lich is only getting stronger, especially when that Lich hits level 5. These fiends are going to fall apart very quickly. Nice Nova to secure that kill. There's a couple of coils left, so using those Novas, good way for iNSUP to get those kills guaranteed. A couple of Gargs are going to fall, but one-for-one trades for iNSUP is always going to be great. A Shredder also picked up because he's been using his ghouls so offensively the whole game, and Impale to keep iNSUP at bay, but that was the last coil for KraV.
I don't know if KraV could be committing to this. I mean, you web a couple fiends with your, or web a couple Gargs with your fiends, but you have no damage output when you're constantly running away. And we're just seeing iNSUP constantly dive on Banshee dead, Fiend dead, a second Fiend about to die if the DK does block, and the DK does block the coil. Not yet in on this Fiend. iNSUP definitely needs to secure these. These are huge pickoffs, but now KraV's Lich comes in with Orb, Mana Pot on top of the Crypt Lord. He's going to pop that right away and try to nuke this DK. I think iNSUP's going to lose his DK. That's a dead DK. iNSUP overstaying his welcome a bit, but he wants to keep fighting. I don't blame him. He's got a couple Novas if he could Dark Ritual a bit, but is he overextending? KraV has has an orb. He does not. And the Lich doesn't have a TP.
Oh, there's no TP. INSUP overextending. It looked good, but he just overstayed his welcome. GG is called. And that's 1-0 for KraV now. Oh, that didn't work. We'll go to this one. Yeah, 1-0 for KraV. Nicely done. INSUP maybe a little bit over-aggressive there.
Yeah, I think everything was going good. Like I said, you were picking off Fiends. Right now, KraV was on the back foot trying to kite back. I think if you're INSUP, when you fight outside the marketplace, I think you just have to...
What?
KraV just tweeted again.
He tweeted after map 1? All right, let's get a Twitter update for KraV. All right.
I think INSUP just needs to play. He needs to play a little bit more
too, dude. He's adding him every time. He's adding all of us.
Mid-series. I don't know why he's adding me, but he is. Yeah.
Oh wow, ping is just a number.
He goes. Let's do it! Exclamation mark. Oh no.
God. His ping is really not that bad though. I will say, is only 82 from what I saw earlier. Do we have a game name, by the way?
I don't know.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, yep. It's this one.
All right, that is accurate. That is accurate. We are indeed going to go into game 2. It looks as though game 2 will be on Echo Isles. We'll have to see. Will INSUP be able to tie it up? It's a long series. It's a best of 5. He's got lots of time to make adjustments. The Lich seemed good at times, but INSUP certainly over-aggressive more than once in that game. Yeah, I wonder if KraV was tweeting in the last fight, Ricky.
I don't know. That was a fast post, man. He definitely had it lined up, maybe even scheduled, but that was a quick post.
I'm gonna beat him in 8.5 minutes. Is scheduled for whatever time it is. Was it like 6 a.m. for him right now? Crazy.
Yeah, he tweeted the post before the last fight. Apparently, well, I mean, we're on a bit of delay, so maybe it was right after. But
what a guy! What a guy!
I can't believe it, dude. He types fast, unless he had that already pre-copy paste. I assume he had it.
He's got it ready to go, probably. Yeah, he's got it ready to go, locked and loaded.
Oh
can
man!
You archive tweets to be ready to go. I wonder.
Oh, I'm sure you can. Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. Probably had already typed in, ready to go. And we're ready to go into game 2. Didn't get to see. Okay, it will be on Echo Isles. Certainly a Criplord mirror map, it smells like. But we'll see if INSUP keeps up this Lich aggression. And can he do it a little bit cleaner than the last game? Let's find out into map 2. All right, in the top left of Echo Isles, our Canadian Undead down 0-1. Will he be able to tie it up? Will he be able to bring it back? Or will he give KraV match point? It's in Super Bowl. And then the top right, of course, it is. KraV looking dominant today. Looking like he knows all the answers to all the questions. And I got a question for you. What are you thinking about for Echo Isles, Rick?
I don't know, but on Northern Isles, KraV was mixing up, right? We forget that he crept INSUP's orange right off the bat.
Yes,
So right off the bat, I mean, pulling bags of tricks out of the bags of tricks out. I don't know what the term is, but he's playing weird, man. And I gotta say, these North American Undeads are having a hard time with his style.
Yep.
Deuce dropping 2-0. INSUP, if he loses right now, will be a down 2-0. You have to change things up. And INSUP, I like the Lich first.
Yeah,
I don't know how you change this. INSUP usually dives on top, gets crazy damage. He did. KraV survives. I don't know what you really do, man. KraV's, it's looking like his tournament, but INSUP is switching this up, Carson.
Yeah, Criplord Mirror, as expected on Echo Isle, is a very easy expansion, and this map can get wacky. Both players, if they go for their expansion, then both players go across the map, meet at the shop. You know, whoever wins that fight then has map control. The tug of war begins between these two expansions. Whoever wins the fight will make it to their opponent's expansion, and then Acolytes start dying. Tier 1 is forced for a long time. We'll see if this game gets as wacky as I'm expecting, but we'll wait and see. Question is, will they expand, or will they just go for hit and run style? A couple of questions to be answered, but I expect to see expansions.
Yeah, Echo Isles, it's kind of cut and dry at this point, right? Criplord Mania. It doesn't really matter what matchup you play in. Very small map. players love it. I wonder if INSUP goes for an expansion too, and they just play this out into a long slog, or if he tries to go aggressive. I assume that it's just going to be double expansion for both players. And now INSUP kind of playing into a much different wheelhouse. It's not so much cat and mouse with KraV going for an expansion and INSUP trying to beat it. Now he's just going to play, okay, straight up. He beat me. And I like to see this.
Yeah, KraV doing a little bit of a different creep route, going for the green first. I gotta say, I might actually like that better. Taking a look at INSUP's gold, he can't put down anything. He can't even put down a Ziggurat right now. Whereas KraV is going to get a little bit boon to his experience, and he's going to be able to build that Ziggurat or that gold mine right away if he desires. But he's not building an Acolyte yet, Ricky. INSUP certainly is expanding with the Acolyte with the Blight Skull, but... Okay, now the Acolyte's being built, and I think KraV might just be a little bit cleaner with the build order because he's going to have enough gold. INSUP getting his gold mine down, but KraV is going to be level 2 first.
Level 2, and INSUP's coming across. Trying to put some damage on this beetle. Oh my, that's so annoying. You have to respect this one beetle. This beetle could literally cancel this expansion. I don't think INSUP's paying attention, but now he's going to go across the map against a level 2 Crypt Lord. He's level 1.
Yeah, that's what I mean by the creep route. Maybe not totally optimal. He's going to be more proactive in this tug of war I was talking about earlier. He's the one taking the aggression. He's the one who has the potential to cancel the gold mine of KraV. And now he's the one with level 2 as well, so maybe it works out at the end of the day. Both players have town portals, so if they need to, they can get out. But is that locked in? There's so many units all over the place. It seems as though KraV is trying to block. Nice impale, but nicer from INSUP. And look at all the damage taken on the Crypt Lord. Now the expansion cannot even be built. But KraV, in the meantime, sending 3 beetles. INSUP cancels his gold mine. That's what I mean by this matchup is so weird. It's so weird because it's just, they're going to cancel back and forth. Neither player seems to have teched yet, and KraV going into a graveyard.
Interesting. I mean, yeah, I thought the surround was good, and the cancel on, KraV's not built expansion was good as well, but KraV's going to again sneakily try to put that up, but he ends up again on turn losing his own expansion to that token beetle, You had a good lead, and now it's kind of even again, so INSUP has to do damage here in the main base. And a nice impale, actually, to start this off. Can KraV reciprocate? No, he's out of mana, fresh out of juice. Shop's not going to go down, but INSUP should probably just focus on the units right now because you're fighting in the main base. No way. If KraV gets surrounded, that's it.
That's it. It's dead. INSUP's losing a couple of Acolytes back at home, but certainly killing the Crypt Lord is time enough to get back your Acolytes at home. He deals with those beetles, lost 1, not a big deal.
No way.
Might be a town portal forced. INSUP trying to get out without using the town portal. The Nerubian was not focused, or else he certainly would have forced that town portal. Perhaps still will. I think INSUP can get out of here. Oh, I think he can.
Sick movement there from INSUP's Crypt Lord. He's going to be able to save it. He's actually picking off more ghouls. Level 3 on the Crypt Lord, and if you actually turn around INSUP, that's a big impale possibly.
And then surround on a ghoul too. INSUP looking crispy in game 2. KraV starting to tower up an expansion. But it has not paid off yet, and he's trying to get his Crypt Lord back on level 2, but INSUP's right in his face. Is INSUP teching? No, he is building an Acolyte. KraV has a ghoul there already. So maybe if INSUP overcommits to an expansion, KraV could be the one pulling ahead economically, but for now, it seems to be all INSUP.
Okay, INSUP's sticking around here. He still has a Skelly Rod as well. Doesn't have enough for an impale, but honestly, the beetles will suffice at level 2. It's a lot of damage. He does decide to go for those beetles. Wants to keep the pressure on. Going for the crypt. Or the altar, sorry. He's going for the altar.
I don't think this is going to work out. If there was no possible repair, maybe he would have just enough to kill it, but with the repairing Acolytes, not a chance. But they did bait out the Acolytes. Potentially could go for some kills.
This Crypt Lord's going to come out with mana INSUP. I think you're sticking around a little too early.
Oh,
I wonder if KraV's going to dive on this. Okay, no, the wrong... Oh, he could still go for it! INSUP!
INSUP might be waiting the perfect time to dodge it. It could certainly die. Oh, INSUP, don't overstay your welcome. There's the impale. It's dead! INSUP, no, he got a little bit too fancy. And now the Crypt Lord of KraV. There's 2 Nerubians here. Will it live? There's, of course, no potions. There is Blight below. But is there enough damage? INSUP really wants this kill, of course. That ghoul was dealt with at the expansion, and KraV does get out with his life. There's not quite enough there for INSUP, who's going for another surround, but yeah, overstayed again. Over aggression from INSUP cost him the advantage that he had.
Oh man, what a back and forth. He was so far ahead, and now KraV actually is going to be able to come back into this and with a faster expansion timing than INSUP now. And INSUP doesn't even have an accolade here. He's building a Nerubian, but he doesn't have an accolade to build this expansion. He won't have one. He's teching halfway done. KraV's going to have an expansion faster. KraV might be able to tech as soon as he gets the wood. He does have ghouls on wood as well. Oh man, has KraV actually come back from this game? And INSUP Tavern res the Crypt Lord. I mean, maybe the right play. What a back and forth.
Yeah, INSUP's going to have the tech advantage, but KraV is going to secure this gold mine in a little while. It's going to take a bit before that economic lead kicks in for KraV. But the tech will kick in a little bit sooner even. One ghoul into the main base. KraV being very proactive with these single ghouls, and now he's being proactive with more than that. Going into the main base. The tech is almost going to finish, but still losing a couple of accolades would certainly hurt INSUP, who's out of position. Might have to town portal here, actually, INSUP.
Yeah, does he commit to this camp? Because right now the graveyard's going to get possibly canceled. You're going to lose acolytes, and you're also teching. I don't know if this is the right play. I think you do need to respect this if you're INSUP, and he's kind of creeping this whole thing out.
INSUP. Okay, he's going to lose 2, 3, it looks like, acolytes. KraV being very safe with his Crypt Lord. Oh, his Crypt Lord has no town portal note. But no impale for INSUP, who did buy a heal scroll. 4 acolytes falling. INSUP certainly didn't respect this, and he's taking a lot of damage unnecessarily, I think.
Yeah, just straight from Bidoux, too. I mean, KraV's going to be able to get out. The harass has been done, and again, KraV's expansion's up, man. INSUP hasn't even started, so KraV is going to take a huge advantage in this game.
INSUP trying to catch up to these ghouls, but he doesn't even have an impale if he can, and KraV got out safely with his own Crypt Lord. Even experience. Despite INSUP getting this entire shop in the meanwhile, KraV catching up thanks to the acolytes, thanks to the level 3 Crypt Lord kill he got earlier. And is the tech advantage enough for INSUP, I ask? He's building an acolyte to, I assume, go for a tier 2 expansion of his own, but is having a death knight a little earlier, and oh my god.
He's all in. He's not going to commit
crypt
to the expansion. He's building acolytes just to rebuild, but there's no second crypt. He's just going for it. And right now he's behind on supply. There's 2 spirit towers at the main. He can't commit to this. He might be able to go into the main base, but 2 Nerubians there as well. KraV has forced INSUP's hand, and the hand was wrong. You've activated KraV's trap card. He's got more units. Oh no, INSUP's got to go back and creep something big. If he takes this marketplace, that could be very, very good. But not having an expansion right now, INSUP's in a lot of trouble, Carson.
Yeah, KraV is pulling ahead in the gold. We can check it out. Look at that. INSUP had a lead for a little while, but now it is KraV. All the way, baby. And that's going to grow and grow and grow with this expansion. This now mines 600 gold. INSUP's got to make a play, and he's got to make it soon. He's going for that expansion I talked about. He's got his second hero out, or does he? Surprised he doesn't. He's going for a level 5 Crypt Lord, it seems, prioritizing that over a Death Knight. He's, of course, investing that gold into a gold mine, but could have gotten the Death Knight already, or even a Dark Ranger, perhaps. But Crypt Lord, first Crypt Lord solo. And this tech advantage that INSUP once had is dwindling, and also he hasn't gotten anything out of it, really.
And the timing for KraV, it's like he knows, man. The gold mine for INSUP goes up, and he's just immediately diving in. Double Nerubian will help, but INSUP needs to get here. He's really close. He has Impale. This could actually be a bad fight for KraV.
Yeah,
but he's going to get this gold mine no matter what. Oh! Okay, he has a way to get out, like you said, but...
Yeah, he's going to cancel
gold
the
mine canceled.
Yeah, the question is, how much damage does he want to take? Does he want to... KraV really wants this Acolyte, ideally before he town portals out, but I don't think... Okay, uses the Invuln. Doesn't have an Impale himself, so there's no way, really, KraV is going to... He actually does get the Acolyte, though, so well worth the investment. Gets a Ghoul even, too. Oh my god, he's going to get out without using a town portal. INSUP slipping a bit, perhaps. And the Ghouls are going to make it out, too.
Not a good trade. That was perfect. Was that... it's got to be perfect. I mean, you lose a few Ghouls, but you're up on expansion. The Ghouls don't matter. You got money. You canceled the expansion, saved your TP. Now you can, if you wanted, you can go to the main base of INSUP and just bully him, and that's what he's doing. Look at the main base, KraV with the run by. Yeah. He's everywhere.
And he canceled the graveyard, but INSUP actually didn't miss it. Or he missed it, and he did not cancel the graveyard, so 215 gold was lost for INSUP there, who's not got a lot in the gold department. Here comes back KraV. Has to be careful to not make the same mistake INSUP did earlier. Oh, his Crypt Lord's so low in Impale. He does land the town portal in time. The same position INSUP was in earlier, but didn't make the same mistake, luckily for KraV's sake. And he has caught up in the
with the ping, huh? Bit of a flex with the ping. I mean, Ends up getting closer and closer to level 5, which can maybe help him in this game, but he needs to get this expansion up. I would even maybe invest in a third Ziggurat so that in case KraV
Spirit,
does
probably.
come, yeah, you can hold it a little bit easier because right now you're super behind. You don't want to miss another chance to do this, but look at the transition for KraV. Oh, he's actually going to go into Gargs, but he cancels and continues into Ghouls. I think he thinks that if he keeps up this aggression, he could just straight up win the game.
Yeah, if he keeps INSUP on one base, perhaps he can. He's continuously running by. INSUP's going to a second crypt himself to perhaps go for Gargs. But again, the economic edge is hugely in KraV's favor. So it's going to take a little bit more than just a couple cheeky Gargs from INSUP, I feel, to bring him back in this game. Perhaps, like you said, a level 5 Crypt Lord could do it, but it's going to take a bit more experience than this. Just a bit more, and then he will get that. Probably level 3 Impale, I would imagine. Freddy PX5 with the primer for 2 months. Appreciate you. Thank you very much, man.
KraV with the run by again. Going to be able to cancel this second crypt. A big Impale from INSUP. Actually, if he can mana pot, which he does by mana pot, this could be a lot of dead units for KraV. Everything's still clumped up. And I think INSUP once it hits this again.
2 ghouls.
Okay. Wonky Impale this time. I mean, I think he could have just impaled everything at the main base, but he's still going to get a couple ghouls. Fiend could be able to... Yeah, he's going to pick it up level 5.
3.
There it is.
Well worth. Well worth. He gets 3 ghouls there. And I don't think KraV managed to get anything with that run by. He will get the time to start creeping this mercenary camp to get closer to his own level 5, but that's something INSUP has going for him. He's got the earlier level 5, earlier level 3 Impale. Yeah, it is level 3 Impale. And the Fiends are on the way out. What is KraV going for? Gargs again. Gargs again. And why not? And Sacrificial Pit again.
I mean, it worked against Deuce. I'm not too sure. I mean, obviously the guard count not as high as it was before, but INSUP doesn't have... Actually, INSUP is starting to get a Fiend count. 2 Fiends. I don't think he has Web, though. He does not have Web yet. But he does have double Crypt, so he can do whatever he wants. And yeah, double pump Fiends. I think we're going to fall into the same situation that Deuce was in, where INSUP's going to have an army to fight this, but what kind of position is he going to take in these fights?
Yeah, how many Fiends is he going to lose early? Are the Impales going to land? Because all it takes is one big Impale on, you know, pretty much INSUP's army because of the air units for KraV, of course. All it takes is one Impale on all these ghouls to really start to get a lot of pickoffs, and we're going to see those. At least the first one goes in INSUP's favor, and now a surround too, but there is a town portal, there is a coil. Perhaps will we see an overcommitment from INSUP? 1, 2 ghouls fall about, a third and a fourth about to fall as well. INSUP overcommitting to these surrounds time and time again, Ricky. There's another Impale.
Oh, the big Impale, yeah. Oh, he gets a Fiend surrounded. INSUP, no, you're going to lose everything. Okay, nice Impale. The Fiend actually gets out. Everything's so low, though. It's a big chunk of supply that you don't want to lose. And KraV doesn't have an Impale, but you need to get out of here, I think, if you're INSUP. And we talked about how does he want to engage in this. It's definitely not with a Crypt Lord in front of his shop. You definitely don't want to engage with that. Look what KraV's doing in his main base. Double Boneyard. He has his Lich with Orb. This is the same timing that Deuce fell and crumbled under. It was when that Lich came in, everything fell and got crumbled. Ends up going into his own guard play, actually. Not going to commit to the Fiends.
A nice choice.
Yeah, I have to say, INSUP also scouted this. He sent a Skelly into the main base, saw the double Boneyard, so he's well aware of what's going on, and that's probably what's provoking this guard play. He's like, okay, well, I'm just going to make more air and beat you.
Yeah, and if KraV overcommits to Gargs, honestly, or KraV overcommits to Frostworms, rather, INSUP could just get the Garg numbers on him. 14 supply being invested now into these Frostworms, and INSUP is banking Gargs in the back of his base, so... You imagine a world in which KraV goes for more than just 2, 3, 4 Frostworms? Although I doubt he will, but, like, it could be very, very tough for him to actually win a fight if INSUP gets those numbers. But a run by again for KraV with Beetles with Skeletons into the expansion. This is something KraV's been doing very well this entire game on Echo Isles.
INSUP needs time. INSUP needs time because right now he's banking at 50, massing Gargs on triple Crypt now. He puts down the 3rd Crypt. And you want to be able to bank, and then you know that with these Frostworms coming out, I mean, KraV's going to be broken. He's going to be broke on 70 supply. So I think the play here is to buy time. Scouting is so important. When is KraV actually coming across, and what is he coming across with? And how long can you sit at 50 supply? Obviously not very long. Ends up deciding to break right now. I don't think that's the right answer. But I don't think he's going to have enough guards.
Yeah, and KraV continues to kill Acolytes, kills 2, and now he goes towards the main base. Wow, this could be an insane timing for KraV, actually. If he goes now, the Gargs are even. Of course, INSUP's on triple Crypt. I don't believe KraV is on 3 Crypts. No, he's not. So eventually INSUP, of course, will get the Garg advantage in numbers. So the fact that KraV's going over now when the Garg numbers are relatively even could be a beautiful timing for KraV. But the question is, Is he going to be able to win the fight? And is INSUP going to give him the fight that he wants? Ideally outside of range of these towers in the main base.
1-1 against 3-1. If the guard count is even, KraV is ahead in almost every single way. This is going to be a tough fight. Wand of Illusion on the Frost Rooms as well. He doesn't know which one to actually commit to. Oh, this is a tough engage. Actually, the Frost Rooms attacking the main could be a dead giveaway if he's paying attention, but you have to be paying. Oh, Scroll the Beast! Scroll the Beast used on everything. INSUP TP's into a Scroll the Beast KraV army.
Oh, the Gargs are focusing the Frostworms, but you do have to deal with the anti-air before you go for the Frostworms. INSUP, GG has called KraV with the Scroll the Beast, with the Gargs, with that actually crazy timed timing. That was a beautiful timing from KraV. That was, if he gave INSUP a little bit more time, 14 supply is null and void at that point. Beautifully done from KraV. Just a nice game on Echo Isles, and that's a 2-0 for KraV.
What do you do? What do you do when you're INSUP and you click your TP, and KraV pulls a Scroll the Beast on you, and you're diving right on top? That is just like that's a checkmate.
Yeah, maybe too aggressive of a Town Portal again. Like Town Portal, like, sometimes on top of people, especially with Gargs like that, can feel good. But I think more often than not, probably 90% of the time, it's better just a Town Portal defensive. I have to say, just always Town Portal defensive. Get your units in position. Maybe KraV pops the Scroll the Beast early. You can wait a bit. You might lose a crypt or something, or a shot, but you can wait a bit for the scroll to run out and then fight. But yeah, it's just that Town Portal. I'm wondering if it would have made a difference. It's so hard to tell in air versus air fights because so often they're one-sided, even if the supplies are even in Garg versus Garg fights or Garg versus Hippogriff fights. But yeah, game 3. Will it be a 3-0 for KraV, or will INSUP bring it back? Definitely is making them close, you know. Certainly not a sweep, except for in the map score. You know, KraV is working for these wins.
Yeah, he looks good. I mean, Cryptlord Mirror is such a scrappy game too. We're seeing KraV really with the decision making paying through. This guy's played a lot of Cryptlord Mirror, guys. He's good at it.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if INSUP has really played in that much. I mean, he kind of switches up just to switch up, but I'm not sure if he practices a lot of Cryptlord first. So when it comes down to these like late game decision making, small adjustments mid game, like the run buys, I feel like KraV is always going to be ahead and INSUP's always going to be on the back foot.
Yeah,
I feel like INSUP's best play is to go for a gimmicky style, that Lich Ghoul, and maybe do it a little better. Go for surrounds, go for novas,
don't go for a straight up mirror is what you're saying. Don't play his game. Do something different like you did game 1. Yeah.
I wanted to see it. I saw it on Echo Isles, and I think that's just not the play. That's only my personal opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, I think if you're INSUP, you go for what you're good at, and that's it's micro, it's surrounding, it's ganking him, it's getting in his face, killing his units. I think that's the play, and we'll see what INSUP wants to do. He's down 2-0. He needs to come back.
Tell me
3
he
games.
I don't think
he tweeted.
Did he tweet again?
He tweeted.
Oh, well, let's get.
He tweeted again.
He has another image. All right.
Yeah, man.
All right. There's. He's got one for 2-0. Does he have one for 1-1, 2-1, 1-2?
I'm sure he just has images and he just has copy pastas. There's no.
Yeah, but what if he loses a map? Will he tweet himself as Captain America?
8-0 in overall competition. No more boring games in America. Captain KraV is here to entertain you.
What a guy! I'll give you got a like from me, bro.
I mean, I love it. I hate it, but I love it, man. I hate it, but I love it.
Did they rehost or what happened?
I'm not too sure. I think INSUP's watching a replay or something.
Okay, reasonable. Seeing what he can do. Predictions, says person in the chat, Ricky.
I haven't really been keeping up with that, but I can.
I think someone did it for the last map. Maybe it was someone else.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Okay. So
shout out. I don't know if it's Courageous or PvP in the chat. Appreciate you guys. I think it's Peanut Butter Pancakes doing that.
I'll make one. Who wins game 3? Eat your heart out, boys.
5 hours into the stream could be potentially the last game. And a good first America's Cup, man. We're going to be doing this every week. It's get some good games in.
It's definitely entertaining. That's for sure. I love the open concept. I didn't really imagine when I saw America's Cup that I would see this. I thought we were just going to see a typical qualifier in NA, maybe your Hitman Cruncher final or whoever else is in that top 5, top 6 region of the region. But I mean, the open concept changes the whole thing. It makes every cup actually. You never know what's going to happen. What's going to happen when the Asians get a whiff of this open cup concept?
Focus
I love it.
likes playing them. Laliat likes playing them. Michael, of course. We did have Thunder sign up, but did he get eliminated or did he just not play today?
He didn't actually check in.
Yeah. Okay, is the game up? I don't know. Please post the game names.
Game's not up yet. Game's not up yet.
If you play in these tournaments, please post the game names in the Discord. Please do that.
I think the pressure is mounting on this young Canadian kid right now. I'm not going to lie. It's a tough feat, man. And the weight on your shoulders, you don't want to lose the NA Cup to a European, man, in week 1. And
don't want to lose those EPT points either. I mean, that could be quickly swept away next week. If, you say Cruncher Hitman plays next week, they get first place. They'll be ahead in the race. And, you might not pull ahead at that point, too. So, certainly worth. There we go. The game is finally up. Wonder what the third map is.
Yeah, what are the normal vetoes for Undead Mirror? I mean, I suppose you could just go with a map you don't really understand.
Yeah,
I imagine
Hunters.
Yeah.
Probably they both got vetoed, yeah. So we might see what would be iNSUPERABLE's loser pick? Amazonia, maybe? Go for Lich first. He did pick Echo Isles, a smaller map, so he wanted to hang with the Criplord. He wanted to do the Criplord mirror. He wanted to try it out. Maybe he goes back to something he's comfortable with, which is that Lich, full aggression, not playing KraV's game, curveball sort of style. Maybe that's the right play.
I think if you're iNSUP, you got to go for broke. You got to kind of go in his face, and you have to beat him 3 games straight, and it's got to be rough, man. You got to go Lich first, I think. I don't think you can play Criplord Mirror against this guy. He's too seasoned, man. The run-bys are clean.
Always run-bys. Always a single ghoul, 2 ghouls, beetles, and skeletons constantly. It's hard to even observe the amount of run-bys this guy does. He's crazy at it, the hit and run. All right. Map 3 will be Last Refuge. Will this be the final map of the day, or will iNSUP claw his way back? He's got a long way to go. 3 map points if he wants to win this ESL Americas Open Cup, Ricky. Here's game 3, baby. Oh, here's game 3. There's the button. Oh, yeah. All right. KraV in the bottom left. The yellow undead up to 0. In the top right, it is iNSUPERABLE, trying to find a way, anything, a strategy, an inkling, a hope, a chance to get at least a map. And will Last Refuge be that map, or will, KraV be going home with $100 in his pocket?
Some EPT points too. We know it's not going to be a DK, that's for sure. Opening Criplord Altar from iNSUP, it's not going to be a DK. We know what it's going to be from KraV.
Yeah.
Certainly going to be a Criplord, actually with a fast crypt as well. So he definitely wants to get some damage done.
Mm-hmm. Will it be a Lich again? I wouldn't be surprised to see iNSUP go back to that Lich. As everything's falling over in my house. Okay, it is that Lich. And ghouls coming out. It's certainly going to be a Criplord, though, from KraV, yeah. I'd be very surprised. What if he Lich mirrors him?
He could, but no doubt, Criplord, you're going to stick with your bread and butter. You're going to go 3 games straight. You're going to go 3-0 if you can. I love... No way, bro. Of course I can't predict what he's going to do. Oh, no. This is the iNSUP, bro.
Oh, my God.
He's styling.
Will he go for something weird? Because, of course, he's expecting iNSUP to know Criplord expansion. So iNSUP's going to come down. He's going to go towards the expansion with his Lich, right? He's going to run down there. Does KraV maybe juke and jive, go past the left-hand shop, go up, around, get critters, go into the main base, and catch iNSUP off guard with this Lich? Perhaps. Because there's no Acolyte Scouts, of course, for either player. And iNSUP is going down. It seems to be towards the expansion.
Yeah, he's thinking Criplord for sure. No scouts on either side with this build, so you have to really scout with your army. Crafton America.
Yeah, that's good, right?
That is so good, man. Crafton America.
Oh, INSUP's going straight to the main base. Okay, so he will not be caught off guard by going to the incorrect creep camp. KraV is trying to creep. He, of course, has Nova to secure these last hits, but, you know, they're both instant abilities, so the ping will favor INSUP in these sort of who gets the last hit with Nova, and the Nova is also going to be very good on those clumped up ghouls, perhaps going to snag INSUP a kill. But so much damage is going to be taken on INSUP's Lich here. Perhaps a block of the front. Oh, both players taking a lot of damage. Oh my god. One more Nova. INSUP's going to TP out, and KraV is going to save his own Lich. That went better, certainly, for KraV, right? He's in a better position. He can go for another creep camp right away, and INSUP using that town portal. Both using that ritual dagger as well.
Ooh, INSUP actually keeps 2 ghouls aggressive. If he can cancel this this ritual dagger, that'd be ideal, yeah. But he doesn't actually commit to it. A little bit of indecisiveness from INSUP, and if you're going to keep your ghouls over there, that's the play.
Yeah, commit, and there was another Nova, though, so perhaps he just loses a ghoul for that, but of course with a skeleton, that would have been a great play. But INSUP going to start creeping. Could be a great item. Replenishment, Wand of Illusion, both are very, very good here. Wards, of course, good, but, you know, since he's going to be so aggressive, not too important right now, and will it be the Wand of Illusion? Could pull this Mercenary camp in the future, could pull these Murlocs in the future with illusions. KraV going in. Where is the Nova advantage? Okay, INSUP almost has 1, KraV has 2. The big ogre is going to go. KraV seems to be the one with level 2 first, and now he will have the Dark Ritual. Gonna have those Gloves of Haste too, but wants to stay safe with his Lich. INSUP coming in. Seems to be even supply for both players, at least immediately in the fight. Who's gonna get the bigger Novas, though?
Yeah, KraV's on the outside here. Nova first going to INSUP right away, but KraV's just chasing that Lich, and he knows that he doesn't have a TP. So if he could knock that down, that's the big play. And KraV again going for the expansion, but the creeps are actually helping INSUP this time. Nova comes down on INSUP's ghouls, and I think actually both players are out of Nova right now, but KraV trying to
surround
ritual to get back. No way. This could be the. Is this a TP forced? It is.
Oh, use it or lose it. Yeah, he does TP. He does TP a little bit late. One ghoul gonna go down, and level 2 for INSUP, and now he's gonna pick up the remainders of these trappers and the Gloves of Haste if he sees them. Nicely done by INSUP, who hasn't teched though. Do note, and KraV is actually going to pull ahead somehow in the tech. INSUP committed very much. Oh, INSUP has like 6 ghouls queued up.
He's got like 50 ghouls queued up. Yeah.
Forgot the tech. I think that's a mistake. He forgot the tech. I don't think it was on purpose at all. A big mistake from INSUP.
Yeah, the tech timing is going to be way, way off. KraV's going to slip ahead here, and KraV going again for a huge creep camp. Look at this. He's going to pick up level 3. INSUP could jack this. This would be huge. Mana Stone, which KraV's going to die for, but look at the Nova. The Nova possibility. Oh, it could go on the Lich. The Lich could die. It's not a Hellstone. It's a Mana Stone. The Skelly. The hero Skelly.
One more attack. Will it be denied? It could be denied. KraV does deny it with the Skelly. Nicely done. But still a kill for INSUP. Oh, his Lich a little bit low now. No town portal for himself, but what a deny. Look, INSUP would be pretty much level 3 by now if it weren't for that deny. My lordy, what a deny. But still, advantage INSUP. Advantage INSUP here for sure.
I really wonder if INSUP should have just committed to taking that orange camp from KraV now. Would have given him level 3. He wouldn't get the item, but he would steal this camp that KraV obviously wants. KraV actually just going to Tavern Res too, not even going to bother with the altar. And yeah, so far so good for INSUP, but man, is this game sloppy.
Yeah, a lot of mistakes from both players. Maybe just an overcommitment. Maybe you wouldn't call it a mistake from KraV necessarily, but just a very over-eager creep camp from him with a low Lich already. INSUP, of course, with that delayed attack. So it ends up being pretty even, but INSUP with a little bit of maybe an experience advantage. At least he should. No, he doesn't actually. Very surprised, like you pointed out earlier, that INSUP didn't go for a big creep camp when that Lich was dead and he knew it.
Instead, he's going for a Murloc. I mean, I don't think that's the right play. KraV probably goes for a shop here. Is KraV hunting? KraV might be just hunting for INSUP.
Yeah. This will be level 3.
Level 3, though.
That's big. That's a big advantage for INSUP, but he does have a low Lich. KraV has that Mana Stone, remember? Oh, the Novas are going to be massive for both players, but bigger for INSUP, of course, because that level 2. Oh, the Lich has to be careful for INSUP, though. KraV is level 3 on his own side. There's the Mana Stone being used. A lot of ghouls are going to fall, actually, for both players, but KraV has plenty of Novas where that one came from, and INSUP not so lucky. 2 more potentially going to go down. Would love to see a split. Actually sacrifices 1 ghoul. Instead of splitting them, but he's going to lose, what was that, 4 or 5 ghouls going down there for KraV, I think losing about 2.
Yeah, well, as soon as the Mana Stones popped, I don't think you really want to stand behind that or around that. KraV would have just ran away. Even though he was down supply, that Lich is really strong right now. Going to pick up the rest of this Murloc camp. But now the DK is coming out for KraV and INSUP, and the timing very similar. KraV kind of slipping on his tech advantage. And right now, INSUP with the Fiend transition, this is looking pretty good for INSUP, actually. He's building a bunch of units. He's kept some of these ghouls alive. 2 Fiends now, going to creep with the shop. When the DK comes out, I think INSUP can still fight this, but KraV now, what does KraV kind of have?
Yeah, INSUP has certainly a big supply advantage. Maybe KraV again being a little overzealous going for this expansion, but what can he do now? Plenty of Novas. KraV always seems to have a little extra Novas when he needs them, and now INSUP, he's going to have a coil in time? Yeah, he's going to have a coil maybe. Oh, Nova on this creep is a big deal. Seems as though did KraV get it, but INSUP got the item? I'm not actually sure. Lagoul's going to fall as well.
I think that KraV got that experience.
Hard to say. They're both very high level Liches already. 1 ghoul going to fall as well. Death Knight ready for KraV, so both players relatively safe with that Death Coil unlocked. A nice little block from INSUP. Can he follow it up with a Nova? Does not have the mana quite yet, so KraV is going to get out safe. I'm not seeing any units, so I'm expecting to look at the main base and see something special, but no, KraV not really with any units currently at all.
Yeah, he's obviously investing a bunch into trying to get this expansion up. Spirit Tower going up as well, and INSUP right away just going to beeline it for this expansion. He could cancel this and leave, and KraV is very, very much in a bad position. Spirit Tower going to soak up a bit of this damage on the Lich, but INSUP, I feel like you have to commit to this. But he doesn't instead. He's got no Nova. I don't think he can really take this fight. I don't think you want to even pop scroll the Beast right now.
That Fiend's dead, I think. Yeah, nicely timed Nova. Nicely timed Coil again. KraV microing well towards the tail end of this fight. There's no Nova, but there is, of course, soon to be level 2 Dark Ritual. So plenty of Novas for KraV in the future. A couple Skellies going down. A Ghoul going down as well. That Death Knight's very low. 1 Nova. That Death Knight is dead for INSUP. The expansion is up for KraV as well. INSUP has to make up his mind. Am I going to go for this expansion kill, or am I going to counter expand myself? And it doesn't seem like he's going to be able to break this expansion looking at these towers about to be fortifying.
Yeah, a bit of indecisiveness. I think the play was to definitely just dive for the main and try to get out. There was no Nerubian that can lock you in place. But yeah, you're going to take a bit of damage. INSUP instead letting this expansion go up. And yeah, he's cutting off the Acolyte reinforcement, which is good. There's only going to be 2 Acolytes on here as long as he stays in this cubby. But for how long can he stay in this cubby? KraV still doesn't have that much, though, Carson. Can INSUP actually just hold right here? He needs to hold this alleyway.
He may be able
No mana. He actually has enough for a Nova, too. Almost 2 with that Dark Ritual. INSUP could kind of just sit in here all day. He's got a statue as well. This could be the play.
Oh, level 4. That means level 2 Dark Ritual. And, of course, that mana pot that you did mention. Very important. 1 more Fiend falls. INSUP knows he's got to make a move. He is delaying the Acolytes from transferring over, so he can just sit here all day, kind of. But still, 2 Acolytes at an expansion is better than INSUP 0. We'll see the lots of Novas. INSUP has to be careful. That statue is going to work overtime and going to help out quite a bit to ensure he doesn't lose a hero, but he certainly could against this level 2 Nova at any point. All right. Oh, being pulled, the mercenary camp. But again, an overzealous commitment. Nova, coil traded. But there's another Nova, and these level 1 coils cannot really keep up with these level 2 Novas.
INSUP's taking some heavy risks here, but he really wants to get this Lich, but he also wants to keep creeping. He wants to keep his position wedge. KraV still hasn't been able to bring Acolytes over. That's a problem. Okay. But look at the Novas that KraV's getting for free while INSUP commits to this this creep camp here. And actually, it's not even guaranteed that INSUP gets this camp. Oh, okay, now he does. Actually, I don't think the Lich could steal this. If he does, he's an absolute god. But INSUP's losing Fiends. Yeah,
a Nova and a Fiend falls, I should say. And Bone Chime's certainly not worth it thus far. At least the experience is good, but the KraV is getting so much value. A Ghoul running into no man's land, going to die to the towers, but KraV's Lich is going to make it out. What's the tier 3 tech at? Not quite done. Slaughterhouse on the way. INSUP has reached that tier 3, but of course cannot get an orb. Oh, did that Ghoul... Oh, I thought that Ghoul might have had the orb with a backpack, but it did not. I was wondering why that Ghoul was there, but... Okay, INSUP does need to still find a way to get that orb to his Lich. He's going to send the Dark Ranger back for it.
KraV still hasn't transferred these Acolytes over to the gold mine. I'm sure he should because INSUP's not there right now, but INSUP taking advantage of the fact that KraV's not even fully mining off this kid. Now he sends the Acolytes over. So we're going to start to see the economic lead kick in, but INSUP's bought so much time, and look at this. He's taking the shop. Level 2, going to be on the DK, almost level 4 on this Lich. The third hero, which is the Dark Ranger, grabbing the orb. INSUP's ready to fight, and KraV hasn't been able to master this expansion at all this game.
Yeah.
Has INSUP actually wedged enough time to just take a straight up fight? With orb, KraV's kind of screwed. Tier 3 just finishing for KraV.
Yeah, and he's not anywhere near level 5 or level 3, those crucial level ups for his 2 heroes. Maybe INSUP with this tri-hero, with these, like, how many? 6 Fiends he's got. That's plenty of Fiends. He's got his orb now as well. Maybe a heal scroll? Heal scroll and invuln, and now the scroll of the beast going into game 3 is on INSUP's side of things. So KraV...
Crip Lord third for KraV. KraV just wants to go for impale holds and just win this fight out in the long game. That's the whole play with the Crip Lord. But is he going to have time? INSUP already picking off 2 Acolytes. He doesn't have Black Arrow, obviously, because he's got the Silence on the Dark Ranger, which is obviously the play here. Silence is going to be so big.
Yeah. And KraV trying to be patient. We see he's just poking, trying to buy as much time as he can because he, of course, needs more units before he can hold. This is only a 3 supply advantage for INSUP, but certainly looks a lot bigger just because of the number of Fiends. Their coil. There isn't to save that Fiend, but INSUP has to go back to break these towers. A third tower being upgraded. There's 3 Acolytes to repair the Nerubian, but it will fall eventually. KraV, can you hold on long enough? The Crip Lord, as you mentioned, is going to be coming out in a second. There is full mana on the Lich of KraV. He has a lot of Novas. Scroll the Beast will probably be used as soon as KraV commits, but INSUP being very patient so far. I do like his play, breaking this expansion. I think he may have enough to do it.
Yeah, INSUP definitely looking like he's taking a big edge in this fight. Now the expansion's back to 3 Acolytes, or 2 Acolytes, sorry, and INSUP going to be able to catch this other Acolyte off guard too. Just needs to play passive, doesn't need to dive too much in because he's slowly chipping away, and he knows this.
Yeah, KraV, both players are playing this like pretty well. KraV's doing all he can, and he's playing patient, nice heal scroll, but INSUP is just getting way too much efficiency here. KraV is going to try very hard to hold on. He's got 2 more Novas. 1 Fiend falls. Another one is getting low as their coils. There is a couple of coils, but a lot of these Fiends are getting low, and the heal scroll's already been invested for INSUP. And remember, KraV is mining only with 2 Acolytes, but still enough to pressure INSUP to continue to fight. And KraV has the home base advantage. He has the shop. He has the reinforcements earlier. He's got the towers. I think he can hold this at this point, too. Maybe he's bought enough time. The supply advantage is still big for INSUP. That's going his way. But he's got to shut this expansion down.
Okay. INSUP continue to put pressure on him. I mean, the 2 Spirit Towers going to do damage. I don't think INSUP wants to fight there, but if KraV actually commits to a fight outside here, this could be big. No Nova yet on that DK or that Fiend. That would be so juicy for KraV, but the Crip Lord very out of position.
Oh, INSUP losing a statue, losing a destroyer, it looks. KraV maybe going to lose his death knight. Could be a death pack, but no. Nova going to pick that off. Nicely done by INSUP. Another Fiend possibly going to fall as well. Nice deny with the Dark Ritual. There is 2 Novas again. Does INSUP have any coils? He's got 1 left. Used it on a Fiend. He's about to lose 2. KraV about to lose his Crip Lord. Only level 1. Another Fiend about to fall. Is going to fall. 2 Fiends, in fact, going to fall. Is the expansion. Okay, still mining with 2 Acolytes this entire time. 3 Fiends fall. KraV down to only statues currently. Can he stay alive in his base? Needs to get that Death Knight back. Needs to get that Crip Lord back. And INSUP still with his tri-hero. Still gaining experience on all 3 heroes.
KraV's running out of time, and he's running out of resources. No more ghouls on wood for him. 70 wood only. He's not going to be able to build that many more Fiends. 1 more Fiend he is able to build, maybe a statue, but that's going to be it. And INSUP still has the bigger army, regardless of if it even gets them out right now. Let's say they insta-popped. What he's counting on right now is the Great Wall disappearance. He needs that Lich and DK to just poof.
Yeah, for sure. No town portal, and INSUP's doing what he does best, going for a surround. 1 more Nova. A lot more Novas for INSUP. There's a Scroll of the Beast forgotten about until now, but that's enough, and GG is called. INSUP gets a map now. 2-1. Maybe we got a spicy series.
I wonder if we have a tweet. Does KraV have a 2-1?
Yeah,
I doubt it. Doubt it. But yeah, INSUP finally making this a series. I'm so glad that he's able to make this not a 3-0 on our own soil. That would suck. But KraV's putting up some good games. That was the play. That was what we wanted to see.
Yep.
Lich first. I know KraV went Lich to try to shake things up too, but that's the play that iNSUP needs to do. Those exact games, insta pressure, cancel the expansion. It doesn't matter if you're cutting off acolytes and he's not mining. You just chip away. And I mean, that's the play you got to do, I think.
And shout out to Pi Commando, resubscribed with Prime for 3 months. Appreciate you. Thank you very much, Pi Commando. What up? What up? All right. Map 4. Did they both veto the new maps, I'm wondering? Are they going to play all 5 old maps, or will we get the Tide Hunters? Will we get the Autumn Leaves? And stop going to the Bibbidi Bathroom. How's your bladder, Rick? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. KraV gives me the game name, but he doesn't give me that tweet link that he gave me, 2 games in a row.
Oh, he linked you, eh?
Yeah, he links. He's DMing them to me. Yeah, he's
what a guy.
He just really, really wants me to know. Yeah.
Yeah, very aggressive match between these players.
I love it. I think it's back and forth. I think it's in your face. Undead Mirror in itself is pretty volatile, but these two have really aggressive styles. They're not passive players. KraV will put down an expansion while he's triple prong attacking you. He's a madman.
Yeah.
And then iNSUP doesn't even know what defense is. He just only wants to attack 6 rounds. Nova's in your face. I think this is a very exciting matchup.
And KraV, it's only getting later for him, too. That does become a factor. 7 a.m. for him now.
Yeah.
Getting late for you even there, brother. 1 a.m.
Yeah, it definitely is. Getting pretty late, yeah.
We don't normally cast this late. When's the last time? Must have been Dust League Season 7 NA, right? That was the last time we casted this late.
Do you remember that really long one? It was like 6 hours long.
Was that the Violet group?
Yeah, it ended... oh, yeah, that's right. That ended at like 1:30, 1:45.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Worth. One of the best interviews I've ever done.
All right. Amazonia. Going to be map 4. Can iNSUP tie it up? Would be incredible. I'm sorry, did you ask me a question?
Nope.
Okay, that's good. Here we go. Game 4. Oh. All right. KraV. In the top right, in the red, will be our undead player. In the bottom left will be iNSUP. Managed to take the victory, but he did take it when KraV was trying to mirror him a little bit. Maybe KraV not going to do so, but Amazonia is certainly a map for it, but we got iNSUP.
Okay, KraV is human. Doesn't look like he's going to go Crippler to this map. Amazonia, one of the worst ones for Cripplord. Obviously, the expansion's really hard to creep. Even harder to creep if you scout this and get in his face early.
Predictions.
Okay.
And, yeah, you might be right. You might be right. It might be a Lich again. And maybe that's the opportunity for... Nope. Okay. I was going to say this opportunity for iNSUP to tie it up with something, a little out of KraV's comfort zone. But nope. It's going back to old, faithful, old Yeller. It's going to make a really off-color joke there, but... yeah, Cripplord against Lich. Going to be the comfort zone of KraV. We're going into the danger zone, Rick. We're entering the Twilight Zone. What's the sound for the Twilight Zone? I forget. Is that it? Is that actually it? Okay.
No, man, I forget, but that song is trippy, man. I heard that when I was like 7 years old. I had nightmares for like 6 weeks.
I love the Twilight Zone, dude. That and Alfred Hitchcock Presents, any of that black
Isn't
and
it
white
like
stuff. So good.
or something like that? I don't know what it is. It's very trippy though.
Yeah, it's more just like ambient than anything. All right, Cripplord coming out. iNSUP, will he go full aggression on level 1? It seems as though he will. The 3 ghouls have pulled. The Lich is going up yet again. Will he take this Berserker camp first or not is the real question. And will KraV go for an expansion? Not on Amazonia. Definitely the hardest of the maps of, in the entire pool, I would say. Comparable to Concealed Hill to get that early expansion up. And iNSUP, interesting creep route. I like it. I like it a lot. All right.
Yeah,
So
KraV going
yeah.
for the Criplord creep out and
Yeah.
Lich first again. Obviously brought up, but I think this is what INSUP should do this game and the next one as well.
Yep.
If he wants to come back into this, KraV with the quick level 2. And so far, no techie tech.
No techie tech, yeah. He did delay his tech last game, but that wasn't necessarily intentional to the extent that he did it. Will KraV delay his tech? Delay it in such a way where he's getting an expansion. Level 2, 1 Beetle will be it. There we go. Level 2 for KraV as well, who got pretty great items. Yeah, the best items for that Crippler. A lot of mana. Claws are great for the Lich as well, though. Can't argue with that. KraV, can he hold on? He's got 2 Impales. Is he going to go for the expansion? Again, the run-by. We were talking about this all day today. The 4 Beetles going towards the main base. This is what he did on Northern Isles. He went for the... No, Echo Isles? I forget. Oh, my God.
That was everything.
Jesus. That was, in fact, everything. A lot of ghouls falling. 1 ghoul for KraV about to fall. 1 ghoul for iNSUP about to fall. But both players, Micro and very on point. There's 1 more Impale. That's a surround. And that's a 10. Okay, but he's going to get 2 ghouls for his troubles. The 3rd one to boot. Oh, but iNSUP about to lose a couple. Nicely micro by iNSUP, I have to say, to get maximum value out of that. But the Beetles in the main base, did they get an Acolyte? Oh, no, he saved that Acolyte iNSUP. Okay, so nicely done. He lost a lot of health on his Lich, lost his Town Portal, but got a lot of ghouls.
Main base as well getting intercepted, but iNSUP's going to be able to pick up a bunch of those Beetles, get a little bit more experience. This Crippler's very, very close to level 3. And he's going to get it from this Troll Berserker camp, and he's going to go back for, I assume, a Skelly Rod. I don't know if he wants to sell the ring. He definitely wants to keep the mantle. I think he's keeping these items. Yeah, just a Skelly Rod.
They're good. Keep them going.
Oh man, iNSUP's gonna scout this, but he's not gonna have mana for it.
Yeah, if he had a Nova, imagine the item could be grabbed, and that is a mantle. That's a great item for iNSUP to grab. He eats 1 skeleton, almost a Nova. He's so close to level 3. Actually, he's gonna get that Trapper, and then pretty close. It'll take more than a Ghoul, but he should get it soon. Actually, he gets a Ghoul and a Skeleton. There's a Ghoul. He just needs anything else on the map, any unit, and he will get level 3. We'll get level 2 Nova. But then he needs mana. KraV is going to get that mantle that I was pointing out, and iNSUP going to 4-point surround a Ghoul to grant himself level 3. Maybe Boots are next. Maybe Staff is next for iNSUP. For KraV, maybe going to the main base, as he so often does.
Yeah, he's got about 3 sets of Beetles thanks to that second mental that iNSUP left on the ground.
Yeah.
And yeah, no graveyard yet, so no carcasses on the ground.
Yeah, that's good. That works.
But he will just dive it anyway.
Nice
iNSUP
scout.
does have double Nerubian at this point, so, and a lot of units at home, and he's aware, so this is not going to do anything. And actually, KraV's going to back off. I think this is the right play. While he techs to tier 3, KraV is so sneaky, man. Very, very sneaky, sir.
Yeah, he's always... Oh, yeah.
You know what that was?
What is... Yeah, that's Mr. D.
Very, very sneaky. Yeah,
Mr.
very, very
Deeds,
sneaky.
Yeah, I got it. What a classic. That actor's so funny,
Yeah.
dude. All right, 1 Ghoul possibly going to fall. There's another Impale, but I don't think you want to invest 200 mana into 1 Ghoul. That movie's hilarious.
Yeah, it's so good, yeah. Very, very sneaky, sir. That actor's so funny, man.
Yeah, that guy's hilarious. Oh, he was also in Rounders, the other movie reference we were making.
Yeah, he was. He was the guy that, yeah, exactly, yeah. Very aggressive, but he was the guy that loaned all the money.
This could be an Impale. Oh my god, the lightning shield. Oh, I think if KraV impaled with that lightning shield on top of the ghouls, that could have maybe been 5 kills, honestly.
Kills the item, though. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And iNSUP's still defending, but he is doing well, I have to say. Tier 3 tech coming in, DK and Fiend being built. KraV's DK is already out and onto the field of marching. Slaughterhouse for KraV. He's just going to go into standard tier 3, it seems. Both players probably will, but a later Slaughterhouse for iNSUP doesn't quite have the wood right now. He's been using these ghouls to defend, and the big Impale comes in.
Yeah, might grant him 1 kill, but a nice deny. Nice thing about a Lich. I thought he was going to go first round, but of course there's another Impale. iNSUP going to lose another Ghoul. DK comes out to save that Lich, I think. Yeah. KraV's going to back off. He's going to be creeping his Deathline at the same time, so it seems as though KraV might pull ahead experience-wise here with the nice pressure from the solo Criplord.
Yeah, I have to say, KraV's been getting a lot of value with this this Crippler just on the map with the Beetles. He's so good with just a handful of Beetles and a hero, man.
Did it against
He's so
Deuce
good. And right
as
now,
well, remember.
yeah, and right now the DK is going to creep a free level 2 Love to see it, man. Wand of Illusion. We've seen KraV use Wand of Illusion really well in this Undead series. And he's just going to dive the main base again. Right now, the graveyard is set. And KraV's going to make those level 2 beetles, and they're super duper strong.
Yeah, and the DK continue to creep soon. He'll probably take the green camp. Insup, of course, creeping his own Death Knight, but a little less valuable camps. The Beetles, have they gotten any accolades? A couple are getting low, but no kills yet. Certainly one now, though. There goes one. Perhaps a second. One more Acolyte. So close to falling, but the Nerubian was nicely microed by Insup. So close to losing so many Acolytes, but Insup loses one, and his tech is done to replace that. Nicely defended, I gotta say. A lot of pressure being put on Insup, but he is defending very well. But the Death Knight of KraV is going to get level 3 in no time.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's actually creeping this with the Crypt Lord. He should probably just back that off because this would have been very, very close to level 3. If he was able to creep that up. The tier 3 is done. The Lich is going to come out, Destroyer Form, and Frenzy Ghoul for KraV. We've seen all of this before. What we don't see yet is a Sack Pit with a bunch of Frost Worms, so it's probably definitely just going to stick to the Fiend Destroyer. Insup's here, though. Coil, not available. Actually, there's one Coil for Insup if he does get into muddy waters, but yeah, he doesn't even have a Nova. Okay,
now
actually
he does.
Now he does.
Oh, nice
Ooh.
Nova right when the coil landed, but yeah, KraV has to buy some time because again the Fiend advantage for Insup, and this is what it looked like last game. Insup had a couple of extra Fiends, and that really nailed him a big advantage, but now KraV has the Tri-Hero, has the Orb, and he's continued to creep. The DK, not able to get level 3 though. It seemed as though KraV was definitely on his way to get that, but being bullied off now. Insup's going to be the one to catch up in the Death Knight levels with that Trapper. Also getting level 4 Lich. Level 2 Dark Ritual's very good here. And we'll see. We'll see who pulls ahead. We'll see how the first fight goes because we really have only seen small harassments. Not really a commitment to a fight by either player.
Nope. Destroyer Form is done for KraV. Dark Ranger third. So a little bit of a different composition here, but the Crypt Lord needs to get value, and the silences for Insup need to be on point. It's not even like Insup's actually crept a bunch yet. His DK is still level 2, which isn't a problem for KraV, but it is a problem for Insup. A big Impale Nova could do a lot of damage with just a level 1 coil.
Yeah, for sure. Very, very important. And, oh, nice. Lionhorn is going to be great, especially with all these summons. Plus 2 armor on all these little guys is very great. And now, Creep Jack. But a little too late by Insup. The creeps have been all cleared up, and there was a couple of camps that Insup maybe could have gotten in the meantime, but instead continued to be aggressive again, which was kind of his bane in the last couple of games, not including the one that he won, of course. Cool, denied.
Yeah, he doesn't have Destroyer Form either, so he really can't commit to this fight, and there's so many beetles that he probably would have loved to devour, but the Impale comes in, and on level 1 coil, we're going to see the big comeuppance of that. One Fiend going down right away. Insup at this point cannot save units. He needs to back off. The Lich spread out from the army. He doesn't have a TP. Oh no. The Impale comes in. Oh, Insup not like this. Not a engagement like this. There's probably another Impale. Okay, no mana pot anymore for KraV. So he's not going to have any more Impales, but Insup's already lost a lot of units before the fights even take place. Yeah. Look at this Lich, man. How do you get this Lich back into the army?
I don't know. Is he going to buy? He might buy an Invuln and a Staff from the shop, maybe a Staff and a Heal Scroll to get back. But yeah, KraV's done a very good job. He's still got that Scroll to Beast. It seems to be everyone, one of these players always has a Scroll to Beast today. And another Impale is soon to be gained for KraV. He's got 100 mana now. Maybe a Fiend could be killed. Is there a Nova follow-up? Not quite. Insup, is he overcommitted to a fight? Another Destroyer popped. Does KraV have web? He does indeed. Both players do, in fact. A third Destroyer being morphed. Coil on that one. Nova. But the Impale is stronger. There's one Fiend being micro back. That seems to be KraV taking the advantage early on in the fight. Coil invested, but there is not many left. Only one. The Lich take a lot of damage on the side of KraV. Nova, Coil exchange, which it is level 2 Coil now. This is like a really good fight for KraV.
Yeah, the AoE is just way too good at this stage for KraV. Insup hasn't been able to creep too much, and we're starting to see that in this fight. Lich has tons of Nova. You need to start using them, Insup. A bunch of Fiends could go down right now. This is big. 2 Fiends for Insup now. This is good swing right now, but now watch your heroes. Watch your heroes. No Nova on for KraV, and there's a Nova for Insup. He tries to go for this Lich again, but I don't know if there's going to be a coil this time. He loses the Dark Ranger, but this could be worth if he gets the Lich, and he does get the Lich.
A 1-for-1 trade. Level 2 for level 1. Favoring Insup overall. It's turning into Destroyer Mirror, which is a Very unfortunate for both these players and us, I'm sure, but we'll have to see how it goes. A lot of destroyers being morphed. With the statue being morphed, it could be to save it, but it's not going to be to save it. All right, Tavern back on something. It was that Lich. And now KraV was so aggressive, but did it work out in the end for him? The supply relatively even, but 8 supply advantage for KraV. Of course, 5 of that was just purchased from the Tavern. So we'll see. Is he able to capitalize? Slow on the Lich. That's very, very unfortunate.
iNSUP has 0 wood right now, trying to build ghouls to try to come back into this game. KraV, like you said, up 6 supply, and no way for iNSUP to actually rebuild an army to come back into this.
Lich.
That might be a dead Lich. Okay, no, he's going to be able to save the Lich, but now the DK takes some damage. In Destroyer Mirror, you're just going to lose all your fiends. The web's not being secured. KraV is slowly coming apart here. I wonder if he has a graphic for 3-1, because this might be the series. There's another Impale as well. I feel like KraV's just had tons of Impales.
Yeah, and the fiends have been very nicely microed throughout. KraV has always been the one with at least 1-2 fiends, and that's all it takes to start picking apart these destroyers, as we see that one web going down. And this destroyer could fall, and destroyers don't really do anything to anything, but at least they can't kill each other. Impale, Novas exchange, Dark Ranger low yet again, Death Knight low. There's not a Nova. There's nothing really to Dark Ritual unless it's this fiend in the back for KraV.
Coil now, he buys a mana pot. Would have loved to maybe have that on your Lich, because you need the Novas, but now the DK's exposed. Oh no, you saved the Lich, but you need to save this DK. GG's called, and KraV has done it.
Yep, and that's a 3-1. A nice try to iNSUP. He got his 1 map, but he could not defend North America today, or Americas in general. And KraV takes the $100, takes the 10 EPT points. iNSUP gets 5, so he is #1 in the region. But KraV, yeah, getting a lot. Played very well, played consistently, and he gets it in the end.
I mean, I gotta say, KraV played a solid Undead Mirror throughout the entire cup against Deuce. Really one-sided game. They were close, but I mean, he just ran away with these fights.
Yeah.
Against iNSUP, just really good decision-making within the long game. So we're seeing like his ability to win fights, and also like his ability to chip away when he is behind. Right. And just no answer today for this Undead style from Europe, and France is going to be the first flag attached to the ESL Cup America. Unfortunate that NA wasn't able to hold this, but the big question is, where's Hitman? Where's Cruncher? Where's Arc, Kiwi? All these guys that we definitely need to step up and hold down the region. Today, NA disappointed.
Yeah, they did indeed. A lot of players missing. Even like, we had Deuce and we had iNSUP, and those were the only 2 from the top 8 of Dust League, if I'm thinking about it. Like, there was no... Where are the Australians? Where's Seiso? Where's Saron? Where's Dirtbag? Where's all these guys? Why aren't they playing? Where are they?
Yeah, I mean, they didn't show up today, and it could be for a variation of reasons. I thought there was going to be some players that signed up today. They didn't end up signing up.
Time in...
It's 3 p.m. 7:13.
It's 3 p.m. in Australia, 5 p.m. in New Zealand. They could have played.
Yeah, but it's a Tuesday work day, man.
It is a Tuesday. They're definitely working. Unfortunate.
It's a Tuesday work.
Yeah, unfortunate. Okay, let's see KraV's last tweet, and then we're gonna talk about the Patreon, and then that'll be that. We got to see his last tweet, though, of course. All right, here we go. I got so many notifications, and they're all from KraV. Here we go. All right. 3-1 versus OCG in Super Bowl and final. Dropped the map during the tournament to give them something to dream on. This was so fun. No time to sleep for the king. My kid just wake up. Oh, well, shout out, give you a like there. Oh my God! Like, how does he do?
He doesn't have them pre-made. There's no way he knew that he was playing against the Deuce and iNSUP, right?
Yeah.
So he had to he made them on the fly. Unbelievable. That makes it even better. Like, they're not scripted.
Deuce in this photo, dude. He looks really Canadian, I gotta say. He's ripped out of his mind, dude. Jesus.